What's up, YouTube? This is Carrie from Side Tripping with Carrie, and we are at the St. Francis Cemetery here in Phoenix, Arizona, visiting the final resting place of famous cartoonist by the name of Walt Ditzen. So Walt Ditzen was born in 1913 in Davenport, Iowa. He wound up coming to the Phoenix area after World War II in the early 50s. Prior to that time, he was in Chicago working for different ad agencies, doing illustrations and ad work. He did a pretty prominent piece for the Philco Corporation, and I'll put up a picture of that. Also, during his time in Chicago, he befriended Charles Schulz, the creator of Charlie Brown and the Peanuts, and he was a great influence to Charles Schulz. Charles Schulz actually wrote about him. He was also a master of a technique called circular drawing that was prominent in cartooning, and it was pretty, once he got to Phoenix, his ad work was, I mean, just ubiquitous. He had a comic strip that was in over 200 papers called Funfair, or I'm sorry, called Fanfare, and then later it was called Funfair. And the way and his style of drawing was just very unique and very prominent. As a kid, a little kid, I used to read the funny papers in the newspaper on Sundays and in the regular newspapers. And I remember his comic strip, and I remember his drawings for that would appear in the newspaper. He had a contract with Webb, who developed a ton of property in Phoenix in the 50s and 60s when Phoenix was booming, and those illustrations of his would appear in the paper. And like I said, they're unique style. I'll put some of them up, and you can see how just unique these characters that he drew were, and the distinctive style of his characters. And I can remember as a kid, like going to ASU football games and seeing his artwork on the programs when I would go with my dad when I was little. And I remember right around 1973, I was about 9 or 10 years old, all of a sudden I didn't see those pictures anymore. And I always wondered what happened. And they ended because Mr. Ditzen unfortunately passed away. He was relatively young, 59 years old, and was very well liked. I was reading newspaper articles by a lot of sports writers here locally knew him. He was also very prominent in the bowling community. I think he had a contract with Brunswick in the 50s, and his artwork was up in bowling alleys across the country, up until like the 60s, maybe even into the early 70s. So again, he probably he'd probably be more well known than he is, but wanted to honor him and his legacy, and here is his final resting place. He's laid to rest here with his wife Connie, who passed away in 1994. All right, so this is a short one. That's going to do it for this one, folks. And if you like the video, please hit that like button, and if you like the videos that I do, please consider subscribing to my channel. We're going to be out here in the future at St. Francis Cemetery. There are a couple of other famous final resting places that I'd like to cover here. And so stay tuned to the channel, and we'll see you next time.